Hey, it's Nuke the Picks. It's our first betting show for Thursday night football, Friday night football, and week one on Sunday and Monday. I'm holding along with Zargo. Big Daddy Zargs is back. Love doing the NFL content with him last year. Before we get going, though, look up there. The code is NFL40. Go to nukethehouse.com, sign up for any plan. Guess what? We'll give you 40% off your first payment, and we're going to give you a free week. Not going to get a better deal. We're going to hike the price up to $100 a month, just about. So get in right now, nukethehouse.com, best live bettors in the world. We got pre-flop picks as well for the NFL, college football, NASCAR, and more. Nukethehouse.com, sign up for any plan. NFL40 is the code. Spiel's out of the way. I have not seen Zargo for months. You had a second kid, and I know that you're not getting any sleep. There's no way in hell you're getting sleep if you're actually parenting. Because kid number two, it's over the top, bro. How are you?
I'm to even say I'm getting by would be a vast overstatement. I don't know, like getting married and having kids are just these two things that it's kind of just expected you're going to do. People do. You don't think that much about it, but no one gives you any guidance. No one tells you how difficult it is. And everything, it seems all hunky-dory and easy. Everyone does it, but it's draining, it's difficult, and the worst part about the second kid is how much more difficult it is. Like, not a lot of people, not everyone, their first kid, they say how like good and easy it is, and it's two people managing one baby, and you think
it's not. Yeah, it was opposite for me. My daughter would not sleep, and my son was great. But there's no watching sports anymore. Like your sports viewing must go down from 15 hours a day to about 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, for sure. That is the one good thing about being back on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
As much as people trash Eastern time, It is great because late at night you can watch like West Coast games and stuff. So that's about the only viewing time I get.
Yeah. Well, buddy, we got some bets to make. Thursday night football. Let's just dive right in because it's the Eagles. The world champion Eagles. And Nick Sirianni says his boys will not be there for the banner unveiling. The Cowboys haven't unveiled a banner in, 30-something years now? So they don't got to worry about that. This line has been steamed up, man. What do we have? A 7.5 at one point in time. And now I'm seeing 8s and 8.5. So if you want to back the Cowboys, there are a couple of books out there, more than a couple of books, just about all of them. BetMGM has plus 8.5 minus 10. You're going to have to search around, do some digging. It's 8 minus 10 at Caesars. So you got that, but just about 8.5 everywhere else. And I see the way look ahead line back in June and late July actually was 6.5. So this thing is all the way up to 8.5 Zargs. What do you like in this game?
Man, these games are always tough, right? So ever since the NFL started having the Super Bowl champ play on, the first Thursday of the season, the Super Bowl champ has fared very well straight up. However, it's, close to 500 at the spread. And especially in a game like this, when it's such a large number, you got to be concerned. So Philly, obviously not too much change for them in the offseason. Like we should definitely see a Super Bowl contender here, a repeat potential. So they're going to be good. They're going to be strong. However, first game of the season, Eagles don't always do well to start the year. Dallas is a tricky team, division rival. People are going to look at last year's game, but don't forget, we haven't seen Dak versus Hurts in 2 years. Last time these two guys faced off, it was a barn. Dallas stomped them 33-13. The other game that season, 28-23. So, hard to make a pick at the spread here. You can make a great argument for either one. I just think the way to go is the over. I think Dak, I don't think Dallas is going to be good this year, but if you look at it, Dak is in a similar position that Joe Burrow was last year. Terrible defense, no run game. So he is going to be throwing. So definitely going to get some points out of Dallas. We know Philly can score. I like Philly straight up, and I like the over.
Okay, so we're not betting the money line, though. But I like the total there. Yeah, everybody's talking about the Cowboys being disarray. Their defense already sucked. Okay, coming into the season, we already knew that their defense was going to be garbage. Micah Parsons, okay, it's tough to replace a top 3 defensive player, but yeah, Kenny Clark's in there. Maybe he'll stop the run. This defense was going nowhere anyways. My issue with the Cowboys is they might not be able to run the ball again.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like, Lamb, Pickens, the tight ends, even Williams could catch the ball out of the backfield too. I saw a lot of him here in Denver. So I'm with you on the points. The question is, how much does Philly run the clock? Like, what's the time of possession there? But I'm with you, pal. I'm not making the bet to the over. I will tell you now. It was something I was a little bit uncomfortable about, but 47.5 total. It's a big total, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big total. Got steamed up from 46. So that's the only thing I really don't love about it, is that it just keeps getting pushed up. But listen, I could easily see 48 points in this game.
Yeah. And I think too, right? Like, I mean, we know the NFL, the lines are so sharp. So something like this, I wouldn't even mind doing a parlay with Eagles money line and maybe getting that total down to like 44 points, something like that. You can, maybe do that and get some even money.
So you want a little same game parlay action. Let me go look that up on Rivers. So you want
I will say too. So, I mean, like, I'm really interested to see, I'm not taking any Dallas receiving props right here in week 1, but I'm interested to see how it shapes up with the addition of Pickens, because, he's a great receiver. You put a guy like that as the number 2, huge potential. A lot of times those are the guys that get all the yards, but when you have a true number 1 in CD Lamb, sometimes he's still just, it doesn't matter. They put the best back on Lamb. It doesn't matter. They double team him. It doesn't always translate to the yards for Pickens, but it very well could. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Especially for all the daily fantasy guys out there, it might be worth taking a roll on Pickens.
Eagles and 44.5 to the over is -113 at Rivers. I think we can probably get a better number somewhere else too. And there's profit boosts out. There's so many free bets, profit boosts, deposit bonuses out there right now.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't be paying full price on a lot of these bets. There's only so many to go around. But I'm looking up on DraftKings too, because I'm going to see what DraftKings have.
Yeah, DraftKings has the best money line number on Philly, so that's probably the way to go.
Yeah. And then did you hear about this with the teasers on DraftKings now? It used to be -120, now it's -35. What the hell? I mean, we're getting taxed in Illinois. If you live in Illinois, you're getting taxed on bets under $10. It's getting out of hand, bro, Chacho. It's getting out of hand.
I don't mess too much with like true teasers.
Mm-hmm.
I normally just do parlays where you kind of mess with the lines. That way you can get the number you want at with the prop you're comfortable with. Like DraftKings and FanDuel, they'll let you put any number in there.
Got a better line. I'm going to use my no sweat bet on it too. It's Dallas, Philly. So we got the Eagles money line over 44.5. And take a guess what that is.
-102.
-105. And again, we can shop around, but it's a free bet. Yeah. So I threw it in there. Let's go. Okay. We spent a lot of time on this game, buddy. I do have an interception parlay I want to get to, because it does have to do with this game.
You cooked with those last year.
I did cook with them last year. Doesn't mean it's going to pan out this year, but we're going to try it. Okay. Yeah. So Dak Prescott, we talked about them really not having a great running game or a good running game.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about their defense being a disaster. That means Dak Prescott's going to throw a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
At least, I mean, listen, the game script could go bluey, but I got Dak for an interception this week. Now, I'm not going to bet it straight up because the juice is not where I need it to be. But if there's one quote unquote stud quarterback, I don't put Dak there. A lot of people do. I think that's the guy that is probably going to throw an interception. You look at the interception rate, you look at the pressure rate for the Eagles defense. Little changes there in the secondary. We know that. But man, I just look at Dak and we got him at 1.1 interceptions. I think it's better than a coin flip. And I'm going to throw him in a parlay. Now, guys we targeted a lot last year. Rookies, bad quarterbacks, and Joe Flacco. We'll throw Flacco in there, throw a pick against the Bengals, and we got Spencer Rattler. Man, the Saints are going to be bad. And we're going to get that at a plus 285 price at MGM. So Dak, Rattler, Flacco, interception. If you want the parlay to the moon, I'll give that out on Nuke the Props because I got a 1,600 parlay there. And it's really taking a shot. But Dak to throw a pick, Rattler, Flacco plus 285, half a unit.
I love that. I love that.
That
Since,
means
if you got the number in front of you, do you have the number on Dak to throw to?
I don't. That's interesting, though.
Because last year, so he only played 8 games last year, but in every game, he either threw no interceptions or 2 interceptions.
Whoa.
So if he's good for 1, he's probably good for 2, especially against a team like the Eagles.
He's minus 145 to throw 1. He's 251 to throw 2. Wow. The only other thing I'll say is this. The only other thing I'll say with this, and my process right now is betting interceptions live and pre-flop.
Mm-hmm.
If you're betting a guy straight up, I would just wait till the game started. You're going to get a better number.
Absolutely.
He throws a pick on the first drive, you're screwed. But when you're going with parlays, you can't parlay these guys one after another after another. Pre-flop.
But I think also, too, that's just so rare, right? You got your first 20 scripted plays. Those guys who know what they're doing. It's when Dak has to start freestyling that the interceptions are going to fall. Yeah. Again, I love Landon Pickens. I'm such a Pickens guy. I know he's a little messed up here, but the guy, he might be, I think he's more physically talented than CD Lamb. Lamb is just the far superior receiver. Okay. Anything else on Thursday Night Football, or we get to your second bet? I'll just throw it out there for the people. I would not go too crazy with the Saquon props. I honestly was debating taking his under. I'm always hesitant on a guy like, everyone's expecting him to just pick up right where he left off. I don't know if that's going to be a case, and especially in the season opener. I mean, I think his props at like 96 yards. It's something obscene, and it's like, you know what? I could sound like an idiot, and this dude could rush for 150 yards. But just week 1, I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna dial back his load a little bit. So,
they have to. They can't run this guy 300 carries again with his injury history. Right. It's not going to work out.
Yeah. Over. It's 96 and a half. That's just
no.
So I'm not, necessarily advising the under, but I am telling people to stay off the over.
Okay. I want to throw some numbers out here at you. Just get your thoughts. Cause you're in the casino industry. What are you doing now, Zargo?
I'm still a host where they're opening up a massive casino here in North Carolina. It's going to be one of the biggest on the East Coast. So I'm helping out over here with that.
So I got 2 stats for you. This is from Bet Labs. Since 2010, favorites getting 50% or more of the bets have gone 44% ATS. So if you're getting a favorite with a lot of money behind them, that's not great for history. Now, what does that mean for week 1? It's just a stat. I mean, we're going forward, but the trend is that. So teams like the Broncos, teams like the Broncos, that's one team. The Eagles, I can see Dallas covering. The other one is the win totals for the season. 89% of the bets are on the Packers over 10.5, 84% on the Broncos over 9.5, Raiders over 6.5, 84%. I mean, the Packers, Broncos, Raiders, Falcons, Saints under, and Chargers over. Everything over but the Saints. These are the highest bets. So heading into the season, I don't know if you had any futures placed, but the only one from that list I got is the Broncos, and I got in very early on them.
Yeah, Broncos is the one that scares me. Like it's just because everybody is so high on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Because Bo Nix exceeded expectations. I'm always worried about the sophomore slump. And it's like he wasn't otherworldly. He was just better than we expected. So I'm certainly, I'm not on the under or anything. It's just their team I'm apprehensive about, as everyone seems to be all in on them, especially in that brutal division.
Okay, buddy. What's the second bet you got for me?
We're talking Friday night?
Doesn't matter.
Are we still talking futures? I mean, I can
Give me Friday night. Give me Friday night.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I wasn't, I didn't want to change topics if you weren't ready.
First awkward moment of the season happened 14 minutes into the show. I mean, it didn't even take me that long. All right.
I'm not trying to. You drive the ship. That's all. And I don't want to take the
Sao
wheel.
Paulo, Brazil. Beautiful weather. Warm and humid. Actually, that's horrible weather for me. Chiefs, Chargers. Hopefully the turf is better this year. What do you got?
As this line moves, you got to take a lean towards the Chargers. But, as I mentioned pre-show, and even though I just trashed teasers, I did take a teaser here. I took Eagles -2.5, Kansas City +3. Kansas City, one of the most fun teams in football to watch, one of the most infuriating to bet on. I learned my lesson 2 years ago. I had to relearn it last year. I'm not making the same mistake this year. You do not take Kansas City with the points.
No.
They will burn you every time. 3.5, it's the trap number in football. So you can do a lot with that KC money line. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be a competitive game. But yeah, I like Kansas City outright, but I kind of like LA with the points.
They just have not. The Chiefs just don't seem to cover a lot, especially early in the season. And if you're giving me 3.5 points with the Chargers, because that's what we can get at Rivers, -17. You give me 3.5 points with the Chargers, I gotta take that. And I like that call a lot.
Chargers Chiefs. Mm-hmm. It's a very similar rival. I mean, the way the games are played is very similar to like Ravens Steelers. Mm. I mean, like last year you had 19-17, 17-0. Year prior, 31-12. Like they're low scoring, even though they're two great offenses. Mm-hmm. Funny scores, normally close. So yeah, I mean, 3.5. Heaven forbid this number reach 4. You got to take the points.
If it's already 3.5, the public just loves the Chiefs, right? They're so popular. I can see it going to 4, but I could also see it drop back down to 3 everywhere. It's 3 everywhere right now, except for Rivers. So holding out for 4 might not be the best thing. That's all I'll say. And I want to go back and correct something that I said. They actually didn't cover. The Chiefs don't cover in October and later, but last year they covered 5 of 6 coming out of the gate. The Chargers played them well, right? Chargers played them well in one game. The other game, blowout, as we were talking about. But yeah, if you're giving me points with the Chargers, division game, neutral field, how do you not take that? Yeah. And there's no Rashee Rice, which kind of leads us into Pacheco. And again, I'll talk about that on Nuke the Props on Thursday. I talked about that on Nuke the Props on Wednesday. I must say, Zargo, I like that call, pal. I like that call. So do you have any more? Because I've got one more thing to say to you.
No, this one, I mean, I hate Kansas City props so much. And the Chargers, they're a team I kind of got my eye on. I don't really know what to make of them. I think they got huge potential. But again, that division, you don't really know what's going to happen. And again, these teams play each other in such a weird fashion. I wouldn't dare touch any props here.
Okay. Is that your final bet of the show, or you got one more?
No, I think that's my last one.
That's it. Okay. Here's my last one. I'll throw this out. David Njoku. So, you don't want to take it too seriously on a personal level, but Njoku's like, I love you, Joe Flacco. There's great videos of them just screwing out and screwing around. Njoku is the number one target for Joe Flacco. We know Joe Flacco is going to throw, and they're going to have to against this Bengals offense, which to me is basically unstoppable. And that brings us to the reception total. Now, Njoku has some yards after the catch, but Flacco to Njoku at the end of the season, 6 catches per game for Njoku. They're dogs. They should throw more. So my last play here will be David Njoku over 4.5 receptions. Now I'll get you the best juice here, but to me, Njoku, in a fantasy note too, he's in a smash spot, dude. He's in an absolute smash spot. I've got him at 6 catches and 51 yards from the optimizer, which is nice.
Holden, you always say, hey, my bets are recreational. I'm not a handicapper. But I tell you what, the journalistic aspect you bring to the bets you suggest, we can't not bet. You just make too convincing of
Don't
a
bet
case.
it. Don't bet it. Recreational purposes only.
It's compelling. I'm ready to go put the mortgage on Njoku.
No, that'd be a horrible idea. You'd get divorced and you wouldn't see your kids. Oh, unfortunately, this thing has been juiced up to minus 48. When I got in on it, it was not that. It was like minus 125. So, that might be another case where you just fade that and you could go to the yards. His yards are 49.5. So that's kind of set right. If you want to do an alt same game parlay, maybe over 4.5 receptions, take the yards down to 45 and get some plus money out of it. But that's the way I would handle it. I just love Njoku this week. Absolutely love him. Chase will probably get in the end zone. I get it. Burrow will get his touchdown passes, but dude, Njoku all week. Just go with it, man.
I love it.
Figure out a way to get in on the yards or the receptions, because I think that is going to be the way to go. All right, time to make you uncomfortable. I told you something the last time I was talking to you during hockey season, right? I said you're going to have a second kid and you're not going to get laid.
Yep.
Are you cranky?
I'm unhappy with like every aspect of my life right
Yep.
now. Nothing's going well for Daddy Zargs.
Yep. Try and enjoy it, because you'll miss the times when they were little, right? Everybody says that, and everybody's like, "Oh, it goes fast." Here's the best thing I've heard about having kids: the days are long, and the years are fast. That's it. Someday you will have sex again.
That's very poetic and so true.
Yeah.
So
someday it'll happen, Zargs.
I feel like a teenager again, just chasing for it. Fine for one. It's yeah,
get a subscription to a site. Anyways, you've got the Eagles Cowboys over 47.5.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the over 44.5 and Eagles money line more at minus 105?
Yes.
The second one you like more, or the first one?
The second one.
Okay.
So no way the Eagles lose. And I always like when I can.
Don't you say no way. Don't you say no way. This is NFL season. Everything gets detonated right away. Your whole season's like, what the hell just happened? So don't you say there's no way.
Every year, I know you got to take it slow. Week 1, 2, and 3, weird stuff happens. Teams aren't what you think they are. And then you look at the slate and you're just like, oh, I love every game.
And then Chargers and the Chiefs Friday night. Your best bet there?
Best bet, Chargers plus 3.5.
Chargers plus 3.5. All right. I'll get in on it, buddy.
Can I drop a Sunday night bet?
I would love for you to drop a Sunday night bet. You said you were done, but no, you're not done.
I just forgot. Also, it's Sunday, not Sunday night, whatever. Pittsburgh minus 2.5 in New York. Aaron Rodgers revenge game. I am higher than the average person on the Steelers this year. They got weapons. I think Aaron Rodgers got a little bit left in the tank. But a revenge game at the Meadowlands, oh my gosh. We're probably going to get some plus money and jack that number up, but minus 2.5 is a steal.
All right. Very good. I mean, I would look at the under in that game, but it's so low, right? I mean, Justin Fields probably turned the ball over. That defense for the Steelers. Everybody, the Steelers are the worst team. They don't have a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers washed. Yeah, their offense stinks. And maybe their running game will get going, but that defense is so good, it's going to keep them in games, just like it has every single year, it seems like. Every year.
And the Steelers have a rookie running back, and if there's one thing the Steelers do well, strap the running backs.
I mean, I know Najee looked like a dead dog toward the end of his tenure there, but they still got their yards. It wasn't pretty. Total in this game, 38.5. No. I mean, maybe it gets steamed up. I'm not sure. It was 39.5, dropped to 37.5, back up to 38.5. I think if you get to 40.5, you could consider the under, but I see some turnovers, and that could lead to points.
It's so gross, I'll probably grab the under. It's one of those numbers that with how badly you want to bet the over, you got to take the under.
All right, Zargs and I will be doing this show this year. It's so good to have you back. You're my man. Very happy to have Zargo spending time with us. It'll be good for you too, because then you don't have to deal with real life for a little bit. You can just screw around. That'll be great.
This is the best 25 minutes I've had in weeks.
Well, good. I'm glad that I could make it happen for you, Zargs. Zargo, thanks for the time, pal. When this is over, people are going to get a really cool video from me where I'm in my smoking jacket. Have you seen my smoking jacket, by the way?
I've seen the shorts.
Look at this. Look how beautiful this is.
What it looks
Velvet,
like.
leopard, real leopard skin, velvet, a couple of rare minerals put into this thing, 24 karat gold on this.
It feels like the jacket looks like Fred got fed up with Scooby and turned him into a jacket.
I don't care what you think. I'm a man.
I love it.
History and knowledge. Yeah.
Why? How did you come to own this jacket?
Just one day, I'm like, I want to look classy. I just want to be a classier individual. I want to give people compliments like, Zargo, you look great for being in the situation you're in. I can't take this goddamn jacket off now. Yeah, so that was it. I needed some shtick. I needed a bit. I was getting bored. And the jacket, I brought it on.
So it wasn't like you just go to the cigar club so often. You're like,
I don't smoke. That's the crazy part about this. All right, my best bet here, Dak interception with Rattler and Flacco, plus 285 MGM. Love it. Half a unit.